David, a 5-3 victory over Burnley here today. Just your thoughts on it in the 90 minutes as a whole?
Really enjoyed the game again. I think you look at it wasn't straightforward. I think that's what I probably liked about it, because these are the games you know you're going to have to spend some time without the ball. You're going to have to defend. The game kind of ebbed and flowed a little bit. I thought we started really well. We went ahead, and then I thought Burnley got a little bit of a grip, but we looked really good at possession, made it really difficult, defending when we had to, but then we found our way back into the game and we found moments of control. So that's when I thought it was really good, because it's a real tactical challenge, these games. It's a technical challenge in terms of making sure when you're needing to be at the top level of your game, you can make a difference. And I thought we did that today. Obviously, losing the goal at the end to make it 5-3 probably was a little bit frustrating, but a really enjoyable game, really strong attacking threat that we brought throughout the course of 90 minutes. But also to understand that you can be comfortable without the ball, and I thought we did that.
Yeah, it was the most pleasing aspect how decisive the team were in those big moments.
Yeah, and probably key moments as well, because each time that we look at Burnley getting back to 2-1, and then we scored quite quickly afterwards, and the same again at half time they come back out to go 3-2 and we get the fourth one. So we almost felt as if at critical times, if you're looking at the score line, we got our goals at good moments. But I think it's more than that. I just really enjoy watching the lads play at the moment. I think they've got a real control of how we want to look when we have the ball. They take challenges on when, I thought Burnley were quite good at possession as well, asked us a few questions, made it difficult. I thought we upped the game at key points to show that we can deal with pressure. Look at Bailey and Aaron taking the ball in that opening phase of our build, obviously with the two centre backs, Corin and Webby at the same time. That's key for us. We want to be able to play through pressure. We don't want to miss out pressure. We want to play areas that invites opposition in, then escape and go and hurt them. So I thought we did that really well at times. I thought then beyond that first phase, you start looking at the front four. You start looking at Zach, and it was obviously Thompson to start. Then you've got Roscoe joining that line from a midfield position. So a lot of good bits in there that caused them problems. And obviously got Alex Lowry bringing a little bits of magic in again as well.
Yeah, and Zach was keen to remind us that he was involved in all 5 goals, but I guess did he typify that creative spark at the top end of the pitch?
I think he's right to remind you of that, because you're involved in 5 goals. He's quite rightly should feel good about himself. We spoke about before the game, how do you impact the game as an individual, whether it be with or without the ball. And Zach, with the ball today, did that really, really well. He's won the 2 penalties. He's set up Bailey for his. He's the run through for the finish that the keeper saves, and then obviously Thompson gets the rebounding in. I think he's involved in Josh as well. So he's right, because that's a strong performance. He doesn't need to score. We'd like him to score, but it's not the be all and end all. I think being involved in the moments that gives us the opportunity to score is key. But equally, I think out of possession, we keep talking about this for front line. We can't just look at what they do when we have the ball, what they do when we don't have it. How much does that allow us to get the ball back at key moments? He did that well along with the rest of the line as well. So I'm really pleased. But as I say, you don't want to lose as many as 3 goals. You want to be stronger defensively, and we'll look at that. I did think Burnley carried a real attacking threat. I thought we were very good at cross balls, and they asked us a few questions in those moments. So clearly we'll look at that, but I thought it was a really high level game.
Yeah, and obviously looking ahead to Tuesday now and a trip to face Spartans, how much is important is it to carry this momentum, as you say, because performances are rising each week? It's
the next game. It's the next game. As we looked at this one after Everton, it's the next game. Of course, obviously, you're looking at different levels of opposition. You're looking at a first team, and obviously it's League 2 in Scottish football, so it will be different. We'll challenge our players to hit the same levels. We'll challenge our players, and I'm talking not just with the ball, I'm talking intensity. I think we're playing at a real high intensity at the moment, and that I always think if you get that right, the bits with the ball tend to be much easier to find. I think when you start at a low energy, low intensity, you're always chasing to get to that point. So that's been real credit to the boys. One of the questions I asked them before the game when we were going to the start is, are you content? Because there's a lot of good conversation after the Everton game, after the Leuven game. Are you content in where you're at? Are you happy with what you're doing? Or have you got more? Can you keep pushing levels as an individual, clearly, but obviously as a team as well at the same time? So that's the question we'll always ask them. I think the day they start answering that they are content, they're happy, then we've got a problem. So I think as long as now we keep pushing individually with the levels they can reach, we'll keep hopefully seeing performances like today, but hopefully, as I say, we'll be a bit harder to break down and maybe lose some less goals. We don't always rely on scoring 5 at the same time.